So I'm going to try and record some of my blogs, and hopefully this will be just a new way for me to share some of my thoughts and, most importantly, some of the things that I will try and practice on a regular basis. And because my theme for the year has been adventure and kind of tapping into the travel theme, I wanted to talk about what safe harbor might mean for you. And what does it even mean? And to me, safe harbor really comes down to safety within. And if we don't give ourselves space to really pay attention to how we're feeling, it's really hard to be safe. But I do think that a safe harbor and being safe within ourselves is that soft voice that steps in and reminds us of our truth. Not the mean girl who frequently shows up and wants to dominate our thoughts and remind us that we're not enough or that we have more to-dos and that we're not parenting correctly or we look not so good in that sweater that we put on. But I think it's more about where pretty meets power. And what I mean by that is that I think that we need to be led with beauty, knowing that the breath and the body knows. And we have to be breathing and slowing down and really tapping into our body. And let me tell you, this one's a really hard one for me because I've been really good at kind of checking out and just being in my head. And I think most of us are in our heads and going into default. But I just think that as women, we don't have to conjure up our beauty. It's built in us, and it's kind of one of our superpowers. And it is about the feminine and about fueling the feminine. And I don't want to get off track. Yes, we have our masculine and our feminine sides. And I don't want to just say that it's all about girliness. Yet often we get caught up in the masculine nature of the doing. And I want to really view safe harbor as that we have this space to feel safe and to regulate our bodies in order to listen to the body's wisdom, which our bodies do know. And it is one of the most underutilized tools that we have. This is where pretty does meet power, where we are calm and we're clear and we're a little bit unshakable. There is this part of us that if we really want to meet our potential, our fullness, and it's where we want to thrive, it's through being able to really regulate our triggers and our stresses and our challenges. When we can self-soothe, we stand in a more supportive role of one another. We make better decisions. We can strategize more. We tend to do the very details that make the richness of life unfold. And it really does come down to slowing down and to be more intentional and attentive to all those little things, no matter what's going on around us. And as women, we are the safe harbor if we explore just some simple tools. And the first thing I really want to share with you is that it's available and it's very easy and it is feminine based. It's like the simple things like lighting a candle and, having tea and just slowing down and buying the flowers. Men don't typically light a candle or go buy flowers, but those are just simple things. Men might just go into nature, but anything that allows for our brains to just slow down and savor a little bit more, that to me puts us in this safe net of really listening and, being almost meditative. Even skincare is a way to calm our nervous system. Any ritual that provides comfort, nature, again, meditation. Comfort that I love is some of the Danish rituals, which is hug or hygge. So much of it is built into their way of daily life. And I love that we can practice those and speak to those. just from borrowing some of their traditions and rituals. So look that up. It's kind of cool. And yes, it is a practice. Always bringing the body and the mind back to being present is, of course, first and foremost. So as I mentioned, my mentor really reminded me of this ability to tap into my body and to check in every morning and to make sure that my brain kind of gets on board, that I'm listening and that I'm kind of choosing that mind-body connection, because it really is very powerful. So each morning I just want to ask you to what does your body need? And do you even ask it? Maybe do a scan head to toe and just kind of get into the feel of the sensation. Sit with it and try to be aware of where it's leading you. Just try that for a few weeks or even just a few days. No agenda, just observe and see what you tune into. I want us all to find those safe harbors because, again, that slowing down, it fuels that feminine, and it really allows for us to find clarity and peace and to move beyond our limits, because our capacity will grow as we start to really listen and utilize what the body wants to signal to us. Hey, I hope you are having a fabulous summer. And what's your safe harbor look like? What rituals really speak to you? Or what ones are just calling to you? I'd love to know.